Okay, so I've got the link pinned. AZ's here. Good morning, AZ.
Good morning, David. Yeah, I saw that case went back up, David. I think it's like 106 on Corsair's website. Now, I ordered that controller today, but I don't know. It needs a second. It talks about having to plug into the power supply, but of course I already have stuff plugged into it. So I don't know if my thing has a splitter or not. That's why I was trying to look up the specs of my case. But that link that David sent me the other day isn't working for some reason. It said it's expired. I thought I downloaded it to my phone, but I guess I didn't.
Let's see. One Vision Aerial. Hello, hello. One Vision says, come on, sunshine.
Was it pretty nasty there right now?
Well, it was a little bit cloudy. We're starting to get a little bit of sun peeking through here or there. It's still cold. It's 25 degrees. My little squirrel buddies are out there chopping on the peanuts I threw out. All I'm going to need is have to replace a camera. I just went to the camera outside and it's black and white.
Black and white?
Yeah, it's no color to it.
Huh.
I don't know in the settings. Let me go to the settings again. Advanced settings, maybe. Let's go to auto. See if that did anything. Yeah, auto did it.
What's up, Rodney?
Yeah, the color's up again. None of those squirrel buddies are here, here. There's some down here, over there. Huh. I'll leave that out. I'm going to pick some more peanuts out.
That might be it, David. It's just that night vision. The auto adjust might be turned off. Mr. B, what's up? So David, you see Bill's rant on the show last night? Coast to coast.
Yeah, they're happy little campers now.
No, I'm sure they are. That's like the equivalent of you throwing Chipotle burritos out in the yard for me.
Yeah. Mr. B Outdoors, AZ says hello to Rodney. Rodney Bell, how you doing? Yeah, it's Paul Hodges. I don't know if he's going to join us. If he does, maybe from his truck. I don't know. He said he was going to be really busy today, so we're just going to kind of play it by ear.
I don't think he said he was going to make it tonight either, was he?
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know what.
Because I thought from what I remember him saying, I thought he said he was going to be busy all day. He wasn't going to be able to show up at all today.
But he did change. Today was when he was supposed to go be taught how to drive a bus. And he put that off until next week, so.
Well, he has to do some kind of training class or something, like a refresher.
Well, yeah, it's a refresher, but it's to drive a school bus the new company's way. It's like, give me a break, you know? The new company has a special way. I think that's kind of hilarious. But, you know, the options are, of course, just tell them to go pack it in.
Yeah, it's time for Paul to retire from the bus company and go sign it full time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he does, like, you know, have to put off signs a lot of times because he just doesn't have the time.
Right.
I bet if he expanded out a little bit farther, he could probably do that full time. I mean, he'd have to expand probably his radius out a little bit, get a couple more
Well, he
realtors.
travels now at up to 2 to 3 hours away. But you don't know if they, if out in the rural areas, if it must be the same real estate companies that have the ones where he's closer to him. So they'll call him and send him to Forest, Ontario, which is quite a hike, you know. That Forest, Ontario is almost up to the shores of Lake Huron, north of Sarnia, which is quite a haul.
But he gets paid.
Laura.
He gets paid for travel time, don't he? For all that driving.
Oh no, he's just, you know, the sign business is all his. He bills for it and he gets the money.
Yeah, but I'm saying he bills them for those long drives, right?
Oh yeah.
Like a certain amount of mileage or something like that.
Yeah, he does it by the job, but I agree with you. If he's not doing it, he should put miles in there because, you know, now with Google and everything, you can tell exactly how many miles it is going to be round trip for him.
Right, and you give
there should be the price, then the mileage, and the total, you know.
Well, you do like truckers, right? You charge like 30, 40 cents a mile.
Yep.
It doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up when you're doing a couple hundred miles.
Right. Laura says hello to you, Justin.
What's up, Laura? Yeah, I added her on Snapchat this morning. She messages me. She goes, "Do I have to add you?" The city of Winter Haven is hiring. Interesting. I have to look into that.
Yeah, I had Dallas here this morning at about 7:15. Until she goes to school, it's 8:15. And then she's half days all week, so she'll be coming back here at about 11:30, 11:45. Until somebody
you-
gets home, till somebody gets home about 4:30.
Oh, so she hangs out with you for a couple hours?
Yeah. She's a handful, I'll tell you.
Yeah, apparently she was over at Lynn's house too.
Yep.
The bird was not fond of her, huh?
No. Is she's just a wild child, you know. She's at that age, I guess everybody says that, 6, 7, 8 years old, they're a little bit wild. Well, you would probably know that.
Oh yeah. They don't. It doesn't get any easier the older they get. Trust me. Because then when they get into teenagers, they start getting to teen age. They get teenager attitudes, which turns you from loving them to wanting to knock them the hell out.
Well, she's at the stage here right now. It's like, can I have this? I was thinking of TJ, Can I have a bag of cookies? Yeah, okay, go ahead. Can I get a juice box? Yeah, okay, But the part that bugs me, and I started yelling at her for it, is I find wrappers and stuff around the house where she left them. She didn't bother throwing away the empty juice box. She didn't bother throwing away the plastic straw holder that comes on the side of the juice box,
USA Drone Fire, what's up? Oh yeah. I have to constantly get on the kids about picking up their trash. I made Aubrey go in the yard yesterday and clean up all the trash in the yard because they had freaking cans and all kinds of crap all over the place. I was like, get out there and get that backyard cleaned up.
Yep.
Laura said she had to add me in order to send me a message on Snapchat.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been on Snapchat in years, but Sarah wanted me to download it because her and Kelsey and Aubrey are all in a little group chat together, so she wanted me to get in there with them. I used Snapchat when it first came out for like a year, and then I deleted it. And I really messed with it some. Got to figure out if I need that splitter or not. I'm gonna have to go home today and take that back panel off and see if there's already one in there or not. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to order one tomorrow.
Have you been watching any of the soccer stuff?
Nah, I don't watching it.
I'm not big in soccer either, but because I don't totally understand the thing. You know, it's like, to me, if you go out of bounds, you go out of bounds, and they go out of bounds and pick the ball up and throw it back in again. It's like, well, I don't get all that stuff.
Well, it's like when David makes soccer joke when he's joking about the soccer teams. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like the other day, he was laughing about something he said about a soccer team, and that's why I said, what the hell are you talking about? That's all gibberish to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's true though. Soccer's just not popular in the U.S. like it is overseas. Like majority of people here don't watch soccer. Like it's just not that popular of a sport here. It is for like, you know, kids and city teams and stuff like that. But as far as professional goes, I mean, I could go ask 100 people if they know one professional U.S. soccer player, and none of them would probably be able to tell me. The only professional soccer player most people would be able to say would be David Beckham, just because he's, you know, kind of world famous. But that'd be the only one that most people would even know who he was. So if you go ask them like football player, baseball players, almost everyone would be able to tell you 3 or 4 right off the top of their head.
Yeah.
And tell you some of the history of their favorite team and all that. It's just not a popular sport over here. Like I played 6 years when I was young, like a little kid, like in elementary and middle school. But like I said, it's popular for like, you know, little kids over here for city leagues and school leagues and stuff like that. But that's about as far as it goes. That's why I said everybody at Sarah's old job used to hate because all the board members in that company, a lot of them were from overseas that had moved here, you know, migrated to the United States and came over here to live. And they're all into soccer, and Bond Clinic is a big sponsor of the soccer team. And nobody really enjoyed it. The majority of the employees didn't enjoy it because they're just not into soccer like that. Everybody kept saying all the time, oh, you guys need to sponsor our football team or sponsor this or sponsor that. But people just weren't into it. It wasn't that fun for a lot of them.
I mean, I get the idea that it is a workout, you know, for the young people to be running their ass off around the field. But
oh, it's a workout for sure. Well, definitely have to have some stamina. See who's in the chat. JDS, Sarah.
JDS, how you doing, buddy? Sunstar.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. Sunstar, good morning.
Yeah, Sunstar says, you know, we've got a dim-witted governor here. They lowered the flags again. I don't know what for, but you know, I understand. The news here has been all about, you know, the 4 students that were shot in the school district, like last fall, shot and killed at school. And now they're trying to raise money to build memorials and all kinds of things. And while it is a tragedy, to me, it was not any more tragic to a parent who has a kid that gets killed by a drunk driver, or a kid that's walking along a highway gets killed, or you know, any of those kinds of tragedies. To try and elevate one tragedy over another, just to me doesn't make a lot of sense. But that's my thinking. you know, every death is tragic. Hey, Rob's here.
Good morning, all.
Good
What's up,
morning,
Rob?
Rob.
Justin, you all right, bud?
Yeah. That's why I like the schools down here in Florida since they started that guardianship program. Now you got 2 officers per every school.
Yeah,
There's a private security force, which are called the Guardians, and they're trained by the police and all that. They have to go through the police boot camp and all that stuff. And then you also have what your officer that has to be there, which is either your city
right.
or county officer has to be there as well. But they put one in every school, so now you got 2 armed police in every school.
Well, and the thing that I don't quite get is our flag plaza here on by the bridge on the shoreline. They're huge. You've seen the flags before. There's an
Oh, yeah.
American and a Canadian flag. So the governor ordered the flags lowered. They lowered them all, even the Canadian flag. I'm not so sure that that's her purview to be raising and lowering the Canadian flag just to make it look equal, you know?
Well, I guess if it's on our side, they can kind of do what they want, though. But I mean, yeah, I don't know how all that works.
Laura says they're going to look at another place today, Rob. But there's 7 people looking at it.
Well, hopefully you guys can get in there, because you guys are getting down to the wire, that's for sure.
JDS says Canada can still win the cup today. But they cannot win the cup today, but they can still win it today. Come on, Canada. Well, that's kind of interesting. You can't win it today, but you can win it today.
How are they gonna win it, JDS? You guys will just be sending it.
I think what he meant to say, they can't win the cup, but they can win the match today, which puts them further ahead.
Them Canadians would be too busy apologizing at the goal.
JD says, "Hey, Murray, Rob, and Justin." He calls you Robbie.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I'm over by you a minute.
What's up, JD? Yeah, I hope Laura gets that though, because like I said, they're getting down to the wire. So
Yeah, Laura, we're everybody's pulling for you guys. I know she's saying that getting to the wire, they've got to be out of their location in a month. So,
oh, and on some other news, Tim is up to $90 on his
all right.
500. I would say $500 goal.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and send him some more money. It's just that the money's tight right now, but you know, he needs to get this $500 goal to get his
Starlink,
yeah, that's it.
because they got it on sale right now for half off in
Half off,
Australia.
yep, right through the end of the month. And so this month is kind of the crunch month for him. What'd you say he's up to now?
He's up to $90 now.
$90. Okay, so that's the half price is like 500, 550 or something like that.
No, it's for something, but I would say just a goal of 500 even
Yeah,
would be good.
yeah. So we need to push that. Everybody, if you got any extra bucks, and I know it's Christmas time and nobody does, but think about him over in Australia, where his internet service is like dial-up, you know?
I hope he gets it though, because I'd really like to see him get some good internet.
Yeah, I would too, because it really makes a difference. AZ, what it is half off of the Starlink. And where he is, they're running a special in Australia for his area, where he can. It's you got to buy the equipment. The equipment is, I think, $500 or something like that. No,
Oh, he knows all that. I think he just didn't hear the whole conversation. But yeah, it's because normally it's $1,000, but they have it on sale for like I want to say it's like 460 or 480 something,
Yeah,
something like that.
and there's probably a tax on that, so.
Yeah, but if we get Tim up to the point where he might only be like 40 or 50 bucks short, there's no reason why he couldn't cover that,
Yeah, exactly.
because that's not that much. Like if we can get him up to just to where, or even if we can get him to the full amount.
Yeah, because it really is a crunch because, that'd put him like, 100% behind. If it goes into January and he doesn't have the money to make the purchase, then it.
Yeah, because what he wants to do is have his landlord take over the internet that he has now,
Yep,
and then he's just going to tell him, look, you guys can't hook up to this one. I told him just to tell a little white lie to his landlord and be like, look, you can't do that with this system. It's only made for one house. I can't run a 200-foot Ethernet cable to your house. Ain't happening. Because like if my internet was that bad, I'm sorry, I couldn't share it with somebody.
JDS
Yeah.
is reaching. JDS says, what did you say? Will you pay for a ticket for me to go to Australia and help Tim cut off his internet? No.
Yeah, right. It's like
That was
like
a dream
$4
world
grand.
there, JDS. Dream world.
It'd be like $4 grand Canadian to fly to Australia.
Yep.
We could buy Tim like 10 Starlinks with that. The cheapest ticket we could find was like $2,200 to go to Australia when Ron was looking, and Ron was looking like a year in advance too. Like, it was expensive as hell to fly to Australia. That's one of the reasons why Matt was thinking about coming over here one time and doing some traveling around the U.S. and visiting with everybody, because it'd be a lot easier and cheaper for him just to come over, because it's a lot cheaper to fly to the U.S. from Australia than it is to go the other way. So he was thinking about doing that one time too, coming over here and just kind of traveling around, seeing everybody, or having a meetup somewhere.
Yep.
That'd be cheaper for everybody else versus having 5-6 people go to his place. He could just come over here and visit. Plus, Matt liked that when he was over here. I mean, he lived over here for a while, so back in the mid 2000s. Because he was all through the U.S. and Canada when he was out here driving.
Yeah, I'd imagine so, Laura.
I wonder how much of a change that was for Matt to be able to go from, driving an 18-wheeler in Australia, being on the opposite side of the truck, and then coming over here and driving, you know what I'm saying? Being on the opposite side of the truck and driving in the opposite lane that he's used to. That had to have been a weird adjustment.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Well, I'm saying, just thinking, but with an 18-wheeler though, backing up and everything, I'm sure he had a little bit of trouble at first, because, like I said,
No.
you're on the other side of the
No,
truck.
Reversing and all he won't. What he'll find is he'll just hover into the middle of the road a little bit more than what he should. Because I only know because over here, well, obviously we got lorries the same side as Matt's, but we also buy Continental ones for when drivers do the continent a lot, across all Europe. So they're right-hand drives. So, yeah, we got a lot in this country, which are,
I'm just saying, it would be I would assume it'd be somewhat of an adjustment though, because like I said, if I was to go to Australia and drive Matt's car, that would throw me the fuck off. Because not only would I be driving in the passenger seat that I'm used to being the passenger seat, but then I'd be in the opposite lane thinking I'm going against traffic.
yeah, nah, it's not as bad as you think. People do think all that, but it's not.
I mean, I'm sure I could pick it up pretty quick, but I'm telling you, I think the first hour or so would be a little hairy. I'd probably scare the living hell out of Matt.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
you
only
guys-
time is on them, like two-way roads, highways and all that lot. You'll be fine, but it's when you come to just two lanes where there's one lane one way, one lane the other, then you'll find that a bit daunting.
I mean, I guess it's not that big of a
Back
problem
now.
because I don't think it's that big of a problem because they don't make you take a test when you come over here and drive. So as long as you have a license in the country you're from, you can just freaking rent a car and drive it. So. Oh, where the hell's the chat at? Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, back.
I put in the live chat, I put in the link for Tim's PayPal. You just go to PayPal and you dial in Tim Jackson,
At Tim Jackson, what is it, 1970?
Timothy Jackson at Tim Jackson 1971.
Yeah.
Tim Jackson's 1971 is the key. And I know I don't know what the Canadian exchange is, but the American exchange, I sent him $25 and he ended up getting $38 or something like that.
Well, and just remember too, make sure you guys send it as friends and family too. Don't send it as services.
Yeah, don't
and
send
goods,
it as a payment for anything, Nope.
because then they'll lock it up. Ron sent them. I think somebody sent them $20 and they sent it as services and goods by accident, and now it's locked up for 30 days because they think Tim sold them something. So make sure you guys do that. Send it as
Yeah.
family and friends.
Just
Plus,
to-
it doesn't charge you a huge fee when you do that either.
right.
I think it's like $1 something if you send it as family and friends, or it might be free. I'm not sure about international though. Oh, Amazon Prime, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, I swear. Now I'm gonna have to order that controller tomorrow. Damn it. Ugh. Freaking took the money out for Amazon Prime and I had it set up through my phone company. I don't know why the fuck they did that.
Did what, Justin?
Do what?
You said, what'd they do to you?
I had enough money on my card to order that controller, and freaking Amazon took $15 out for Amazon Prime when they shouldn't have.
Oh,
Fucking, I swear.
Morning, Mr. Hodges.
hey, what's happening, Rob?
Damn it.
Unfortunately, I'm on the road today. I got a lot of driving to do, so.
I'm gonna have to freaking cancel that so I can freaking order it tomorrow. God. I'm gonna have to call Amazon later and tell them to give me my $15 back.
So Paul, how's it going? How'd the bus trip go this morning?
Yeah, it's cold this morning. That fucking thing took a long time to warm up.
I guess.
Yeah, it warmed up just in time to shut it off and go home.
That's what I would think.
That was brutal this morning. That wind whipping across through there, being so cold. Oh, jeez.
So the bus doesn't plug in, or does it?
No, they got no plug-ins there at this place. They don't believe. So,
Doing
That'll
okay,
be-
thanks, JDS.
it'll be interesting this afternoon because my bus is going in for a service today to see if they get it back in time for me to use it.
JDS and JD are saying good morning to you, Paul.
Hey guys. Sorry, no chat, no nothing here.
No,
Come
that's
on.
fine.
But good morning.
JD says Hodges coming in hot.
You betcha. Look out. Get the hell out of my way. I'm coming through.
Are the kids all behaving themselves, Paul?
I bet there are 10 less kids on my bus again this morning. I don't know. I think a bunch of them are all off sick right now. It's actually pretty quiet on the bus. Yeah, I don't think I had even 20 kids this morning.
No kidding.
I could have did that run probably with a minibus. Oh, well. Yeah, I got to go way up to north end of London, up to Hyde Park. Then I got to come back down all the way through London again and get on 401 and head west over to Dutton, put another sign up there, go to Port Stanley, pull one there, come back home, load up again. Then I got another one to put up in St. Thomas and another one to remove in Elmer, but I don't think I'll get that one in Elmer today. It'll have to be tomorrow.
Good to see you in demand.
JD wants to know, Rob, if you're working on your drift car.
Yes, I'm doing it now.
Gonna try and make it a direct drive on the back end, like block up the
Yeah.
rear end.
Yeah, and I'm taking out the 4-wheel drive and
Yeah.
making the back a lock diff.
So was it designed as a drift car or designed just as a car?
Hey, Paul, did you redo that
Yeah.
one video there for when you were having trouble with the Nano?
Yeah, I posted the full thing and I sent the
Oh,
link
you're
to,
on mute there, Paul.
I sent the link to Autel. So they could see it.
You're on. I think you're on mute there, Paul. I don't know.
No, can you hear me?
I don't know. Can't hear you, but
Rob, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
you're just
Did you hit the mute button there, Paul?
Very good.
Either that or his Bluetooth screwed up and he's not getting the sound. Sometimes the Bluetooth will screw up and you'll be able to hear the person, but I can't.
Can you hear me now, Paul?
All right, Paul, but I'm having audio issues here.
Fire, please. You're good. Yeah, you should send Autel the link and be like, as a million view personality on YouTube, I would never recommend Autel again. And then see what they say. I bet you they'd answer you real quick.
Yeah. Well, what the only thought I had is when I posted it last night is maybe I shouldn't do that because a public post, but then I thought, nah, maybe other people with Autel should know that I'm having this issue. But I don't want to piss Autel off, but it is what it is, you know?
You're not going to piss them off. You're going to get their attention, though. I'll tell you that right now.
why are they?
If
They're not answering you, are they, Paul?
Oh, yeah, I got an answer. When I called them, they told me to email them. So I emailed them and I put in all the information of mine and basically what happened and blah, 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 and sent it to them, and they said they received it. And then I got an email back from them that they received my email. They gave me a ticket number,
Yeah,
and it said, well, let me pull it up because it's kind of confusing in my end, but it might have to do with my age, but it just
like I said, if anything, you're going to get their attention more than anything. And the thing is Autel needs to be a little bit more diligent on their customer service because, unfortunately, they're not DJI, right? They can't. They're not at the point now where they can just ignore customers and get away with it, right? Like
Right.
they need to be responding in a timely manner because if people see, you know, even though they're not as big as DJI and they're not releasing drones as quick, if they come with an excellent customer service, people are going to be willing to buy their stuff more.
right.
But they're known for having worse customer service than DJI. Which is
and as
sad
well, you
because-
do 2 streams a day.
and like I said, they can't really afford to be doing that either.
Okay, so let me get down here.
Hey, TJ. Your DR10 arrives today, then it's JD.
Here's what I got back from them yesterday at
What's up, TJ?
about 3 o'clock in the afternoon from the West Coast. Thank you for contacting Autel support team. We have received your request and your ticket number is right there, has been opened. A support representative will review your request and be contacting you soon. Our support team is currently experiencing a higher than average rate of support requests. This may result in longer than typical response time. We are working diligently to provide support to each ticket request as soon as possible. Again, thank you for your patience and understanding, Autel Robotics. And I responded back and sent them that video link.
Good, that's a good thing. Like I said, you're liable to get their attention. Because like I said, they can't really afford to be, dicking around like DJI can.
Yeah, because it's
Well, they're the only real competitor to DJI at the moment when it comes to
I
those
don't
type
think
of
you'll have
drones.
any trouble.
Do I?
I don't think you'll have any trouble.
But they're not even close to the size of DJI. So if they want to continue to grow and get bigger and be a real competitor, they need to step up their game on customer service. That's for sure.
here's what I added on to their telling me and giving me the ticket number. I put in here, additional video for review of the gimbal and camera was made during a recent low light night flight on November the 26th, 2022. And then there's the link to the YouTube channel. And then thanks and all of my information once again. So
once they go and have a look, they'll see how many members you got. See that you do lives every day.
Well, the thing is too, is when they see that YouTube, they're definitely going to look at it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
If they don't, idiots.
see, I don't know about the corporate computer system that they're going to see that email on, whether it allows them to, go to YouTube or say anything from a workstation. I don't know, but I would hope it does.
Why wouldn't it? 90% of the drone promotion is done on YouTube.
Yep, it is.
I mean, with reviewers and everything else. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to access a YouTube video. That doesn't make any sense that they wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, of course they will.
Like I said, yeah, 90% of their promotion is done on YouTube for their products. Same with DJI.
Yeah.
When's the last time you seen a DJI ad on an actual TV screen? You don't. You see it all over YouTube. That's how most people find drones.
I see TJ popped in to say good morning to everybody.
Yeah, I said good morning to him.
I did too, if you didn't hear me. Good morning, TJ.
One Vision said that, yeah, DJI screwed me over pretty good on my Mini.
Yeah, but see, DJI is big enough though to where they can screw people over, and it doesn't really affect their business that much.
Yeah.
If every 100 people that buy their drones that has a bad interaction with them, they're still sitting golden. Once companies get to a certain size, they can get away with having shitty customer service.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because look at Walmart. Everybody loves to hate Walmart. Same with Amazon, different companies like that. You a lot of those companies, you have one bad interaction with them, most likely you're going to end up using their services again at some point because you don't have much of a choice. I
You
mean,
don't have a choice, exactly. When they own that much of the market share, you either go or go without, you know?
and you know that you hear a lot of people around here. Well, I'll just go to Publix and go shopping. Well, go to Publix. You're going to spend 4 times as much and get twice as, 3 times as less. That's the reason why people go to Walmart, because they can get their groceries way cheaper,
Yeah,
especially if you're shopping for a family. I used to see people all the time, they'd go off on a manager. Fuck Walmart. I hate Walmart. I'll never be back again. And you'd see them the next day. The same person that did a 30-minute argument up in the front and made an ass of themselves was right back in the store the next day shopping.
I'm gonna get a refill and pitch some peanuts. Be right back, guys.
I mean, you can get away with that stuff when you get to a certain size. So, Rob, when are you going to send me a box of goodies from your erotic website?
From my what, sorry? What'd you say?
I said, when are you going to send me a box of goodies from your erotic business?
From my what?
Your adult business.
Oh, yeah, just say what you want. And
Do like a mystery box, something, correct?
I was going to say, other than that, I'll do that, or message me later on Messenger. And I'll have something before Christmas for you.
See what JD puts in the chat after I said that.
Yeah. Oh, where's Paul gone? Oh, where's Justin gone? I'm all here on my own. Oh, no, here he comes.
Yeah, knocked me out of the stream.
Oh, I thought you'd run off.
So I was looking at a program last night through Microsoft. Oh, what the hell was the name of it? It was, oh, let me go to YouTube real quick. It was actually an interesting program. It was called, what the hell's the name? I looked it up last night. Oh, it's called Fancy Zones.
Hold what?
Really cool. Like you can take one big screen. So if you got like a 42-inch or 50-inch TV screen,
Yeah.
instead of using 3 monitors, you can use one big TV. And
Yeah,
Microsoft
like
has a program where you can split the
yeah,
screen
I've heard of it.
into monitors, and you can do custom layouts too, which is pretty cool.
Sarah, Laura saying hi to you.
I love you, okay?
And there's Justin and Paul Murray here.
Yep. Hello,
How's it going?
Sarah.
Yeah.
Is it SARA or SARAH?
Spelling of
H on the
Sarah.
end.
H at the end.
Yeah, my Sarah would say that's the only way to spell it.
Yeah, you said the same, didn't it? It's got to have a H on the end. Can you come and fix this for me?
Huh?
Can you come and fix this?
It's not.
Yeah,
That's my own.
useless.
Sarah's the mechanic?
Yeah,
Hi.
okay, bye.
I see she ran right over there and fixed that car for you, Rob.
Oh, yeah, give me a whole lot of help in the world. Stuff you, Jack, I'm all right.
Hey, JD wants to know what does it take to lock the differential, Rob?
I normally use like a do you know one of them plastic, like one of them rubber earbuds? No,
Earbuds?
Yeah, did you put in your ear? I normally jam one of them in the center.
Oh,
Just that way then, if you ever want to unlock it, you can just
pick it out.
yeah, put it out.
But that doesn't burn anything up doing that?
No, no, no.
Wow.
Because usually you jam up a part that's usually meant to move. Sometimes I can burn stuff up.
Well, I would
So-
think, the earbuds, the soft, you're talking about the soft outer portion. of it.
Yes, yeah.
I would think that the friction would cause that to get all screwy.
No,
Wow. Learn something new here, Justin.
I don't even know what the layout of it is anyway, so I'm just,
you
I don't
are.
really know RC. I'd say I don't really know RC cars like that anyway, so.
Laura says, check your messages, Ginger Ninja.
I can't, my phone's over there.
His wife put his phone on the top shelf.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
But he's Laura anyway. So he's Laura.
So I had to go over the an orange juice plant over here yesterday.
Oh, there's an orange juice plant out there where you are?
Oh, there's a couple of them. I had to go over there because I went over there like 3-4 months ago and told them they had a leak, and they did the same shit Taco Bell did.
Well,
So I told the dude,
here's a question I have, since you visited an orange juice plant. Does it smell like orange juice around there?
Stinks. It doesn't smell like you would think it would smell.
Oh, okay.
Like
So
a
it's,
paper.
it's not that sweet orangey smell.
No,
Oh,
smell. It's disgusting smelling. Just like the paper plants. I don't know if you've ever been to like a Georgia Pacific paper plant, but they smell to high heaven. Like they smell like ass.
wow.
No, sometimes when you get stuff in a high concentration like that, it just doesn't smell like you think it would, you know. Plus, they're using different, methods and chemicals and different things to do different stuff, and it doesn't have that smell like you think it would. But yeah, you get a high concentration of certain things, and it just kind of overpowers you. I'm sure the guys that work there probably don't smell it anymore, but you definitely smell it when you drive by it. When I lived in North Carolina, there was a Georgia Pacific paper mill in a town next to ours, and you would drive to that town and it just smelled. The whole town just stunk. It was nasty.
Huh.
And then every once in a while, if the wind caught the right direction, we'd catch whiffs of it where we lived at. But yeah, they didn't fix that pipe, so I went in there yesterday. I talked to the plant manager. I said, "You got to get this thing fixed." I said, "You guys are paying who knows how much extra a month for the amount of gas that's coming out of that pipe."
So it's
guys-
not the gas company doesn't come out and repair it. They got to have their own, hire their own people.
Right. They have to hire a gas plumber, or if they have an in-house maintenance person that's licensed for it, they can do it. But the guy was like, "Well, we use our gas 24/7. I don't know what we're going to do." I was like, "Well, do you have a window coming up sometime in the next couple of weeks with the holidays where you guys are shut down for a few days?" He goes, "Yeah, we have a 5-day window in 2 weeks where we're not doing any production." I said, "Well, there you go." I said, "Dude, it won't take a gas plumber, but maybe a couple hours to fix that." I said, "It's not a 2-3 day long process." I said, "Your pipes aren't even rusted." I said, "Really, all he needs to do is undo the pipe, put some fresh pipe dope on there, and then reseat it." I said, "It probably just needs to be tightened down." I said, "That's not going to take a experienced gas plumber more than a couple hours to do." And he's like, "Well, I promise we'll get it done." He goes, I said, "All right." I'll be back in 3 weeks to check it. So I'm hoping it's done.
It's too
Yeah.
bad they don't make some kind of a wrap that you could put around the fitting and then cinch it up and so that until it gets fixed, it's fixed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you could probably do that on a house meter because the pressure's so low, but you're talking about a big gas meter for industrial buildings. It's a lot more high pressure. You're talking about like 100 pounds, couple 100 pounds, versus, on a house meter, you're talking really, really low pressure.
Yeah. But I would think that somebody'd be able to make something to clamp around there and just seal it off, even if it is high pressure,
Well, I'm sure they got stuff out there you could do that with, but the problem is it's right where the pipe goes into the elbow.
Well, the thing of it
goes
is
into the building.
if you were to develop something like that, that could be maneuvered or whatever, with even like a flex pipe or something, and you could charge them. Listen, I can put a temporary on here. It cost you $100 right now. boom.
Only thing is, I don't even know. I guess when you're making something like that, though, you'd have to go by federal regulations and all that stuff. You know, that falls under all that. Plus
Yeah, but
state regulations.
if it's a temporary seal, it's a temporary, and they know they've got to fix it. You know, I would think that you'd be able to probably get it done just on the fact that it's a safety thing, you know, safety.
Well, I don't work on the meters anyway, but I can't charge or recommend anything to a customer for FPU. So like, all I can tell them is you need to get a licensed plumber, but I can't tell them like, oh, I know a plumber down the road that does really good work, and he'll come do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
then I could get in trouble for potentially getting kickbacks for recommending certain plumbers, and then people could say I was causing damage on purpose.
Well, indirectly, everything anybody does is involves kickbacks. Nobody's going to recommend even a refrigerator or something. They're looking to get something out of it. They're looking to get, you know, whatever, either a gratuity or whatever. Nobody's going to do anything in this world if it doesn't benefit them. If it just benefits somebody else, then fine, let them figure it out.
Because I'll have people ask me, you know, like people on houses and stuff, and I tell them I need to get a pipe fixed. They'll ask me, they'll be like, well, do you know any plumbers? And I'm like, I'm not recommending you anybody. You have to go out and find your own plumber. Just make sure that they're licensed and gas. That's the only thing you got to look out for. Because I don't want somebody to come back and say that, oh, I recommended this plumber and he fucked it up, you know, and didn't do it right. Then they're going to try to blame me.
Well,
for
what
it.
you
Nope.
could do is print up a list of plumbers in a specific area that are capable of doing that. And then at the bottom of the list, you put anybody else that is capable of doing that, let me know and I'll add you to the list. And you just hand them a list. That would be typical, really good customer service.
But sometimes I get a lot of people too, like that rich guy that was in Palm Beach that was just sitting in his, you know, $300,000 Bentley. Didn't want to call a plumber. He was like, "Can I just paint over the leak?" I was like, "No, you can't paint over it. What the hell?"
Takes all kinds.
Dude's sitting in like a $3-4 million home, talking about can he paint over the leak because he doesn't want to spend money on a plumber. And as he's on the phone, and like I said, like a $300,000 Bentley, I'm like, really, dude?
Well, half of the time, that's time you got a Bentley. Being a Scrooge. Hey, Kath.
Hey, Garth.
Where's Garth been at lately? He hasn't been on the panel there.
Oh, he's on the panel right now.
Oh, is he? Oh, I didn't see. I was driving, so I wasn't paying attention. I thought he was just in the chat. I was gonna say I ain't seen him on the panel in a couple weeks.
JD
Actually,
JD says to you, Justin, oh, wait, now Justin is a plumber.
I'm not a plumber. Nope. after last week's debacle.
Hey, how did you end up? Did you end up getting it resolved, or you're still working on that?
Whenever Sarah's mom wants to do it, it's her house. So she has to make that decision. I told Sarah yesterday, I said, or the other day, I said, you need to tell your mom to not drag her ass about this. She needs to get it done as soon as possible. She needs to figure out what she wants to do and go ahead and pull the trigger and get it going. It
Yeah,
needs to be done regardless. No point sitting around and waiting. Especially since we don't know if it did any damage to any of the drywall inside the wall. So it needs to be done before it starts getting any kind of mold or anything going. So they can get everything ripped out and see what so we can assess whatever's messed up in there.
good morning, Garth.
Hey, how you doing?
Another day
Hey,
in
Garth.
paradise.
Hey, Rob, that's not a slot car. I thought we only worked on slot cars.
It's a drift car.
Drift car. Hey, Paul, did you,
No,
what happened to Hodges, bus driving school? Doesn't he gotta do that today?
no, he's put it off till next Tuesday, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. The, did you see my thing about the Wagenberg org?
Well, yeah, I saw it. It's still way up.
Yeah, it looks like it's going, I just looked at it a little while. It looks like it's going through the Sioux. It was sitting outside. There was a bunch of freighters that were sitting outside the Sioux in both directions for a whole day for that wind. I guess it was really bad. And I think they just shut down the locks or something.
He's heading for the locks. He's doing 4.8 knots.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that he's gonna go through there about noon. And then if he follows most of the other boat tracking stuff I've seen, it's 20 hours from then until Port Huron. So,
Yeah,
and now I don't know, this one is the one, there's 3 of those boats, okay? And this is the first one that was built, which was 2017. And I don't know if it's ever been here before. Now, the last one that was built last year, the Maxima, and that also was up in went through Port Huron and went to Duluth, and then back in August, end of August. Okay, and that was the very first time it had been in the Great Lakes. So this one I'm not sure whether it's been in the Great Lakes before, but it's the older one, but older by a few years. So there was a bunch of videos of it, but on YouTube, a couple going in and out of one going out of Duluth at night and one going into the entrance at Superior during the day. And I think there might be one other one somewhere. It went to Chicago, when it came through, Port Huron at night. So kind of missed it, came through both my area and your area, in the middle of the night. So.
oh, if you go right now to Stream Time Live Sault Ste. Marie, they've got it on the camera.
Do they really? Wow. Cool. Let's try that.
Yeah, can just stiff up.
Number 3 means perfect.
Yeah, how about that? There it is, right there.
Yeah,
Cool.
there it is.
Now these bad boys are 400 and about 80, just under 500 feet a little bit.
Well, and I noticed a lot of those European Holland type ships, Wagenborg or German, they all have that big bow like that, you know, so they can plow through everything and not have to worry.
I guess, yeah, you know, the only shots I've seen of it. I got this. Were ocean going tugs. They make ocean going tugs that look just like that with that front.
Yeah.
It's pretty unusual when you think about a boat that is mainly an ocean going vessel and it's built like an old time Great Lakes freighter. You know what I mean? With the forward wheelhouse and everything. So that's what I think it's kind of cool about it. Okay. And this one has got the same cargo. It's going to Northern Ireland. So I think they both of the ships that have been here this year of that style, okay, the three versions that they made, come over here with a cargo and then go back with a cargo.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
this one has got the same cargo that Maxima went back with, which was beet pulp pellets, okay, that they use for cattle feed. So, and they picked that up in Duluth and whatever beet pulp pellets are. You know, so. Hey, look at, we got Justin Cam.
Yeah, Justin Cam.
Look at that. That looks like a little ooh, that's a leak there, buddy.
That's the leak that is here at the Thorn Street.
Wow.
I'm actually repainting their meter, so I got to finish the other half of it.
That's not good, but the,
Well, I say there should be something heavy duty, be able to put a clamp on it and then order up a fix.
What, Loctite 401?
Ha!
no, duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape on a high pressure gas on that always works.
Yeah, or don't they have some kind of like a epoxy putty or something, or you know, something like that, you know?
Well, the problem is anything you paint on there, it's gonna bubble and put holes in.
No, I don't
Yeah, but-
paint that either. That's their side. I don't paint their pipes.
Oh, yeah, okay, so yeah, that's right. So it's up to them. I mean, they get, you do let them know, don't you? That, I mean, because that's kind of,
Oh, they already know about it, but they wanted to.
it's leaking after your meter then, Justin?
Yeah, it's leaking on their side. I've already
so-
warned them 4 months ago that it was leaking. I
Really?
came back to do the meter
Yeah,
and it was leaking still. And I said, "Are you guys going to fix it?" And he said, "Well, the problem is we never shut our gas off. We're always using it 24/7." I said, "Well, something has to be done. Either you're going to have to shut production down for a day, or you need to find a window of when you can fix it, like a day that, because there are time periods throughout the year during holidays and stuff, they're shut down for a few days."
or you're
And I
gonna
said,
blow the place up. That'd be the other.
and he was like, "Well, we got a 5-day window coming up where we're shut down for Christmas." And I said, "Well, I'll give you till then, but you got to get it fixed by then." I said, "You got
That's
5
about an
days."
hour and a half, 2 hour fix for a plumber.
Yeah, it's nothing for an experienced plumber to come in and fix that. So there's no excuses why
you would-
5 days is plenty of
You
time.
would think they would take that more seriously. I mean, what if the thing catches on fire, for God's sakes? You know,
Something that they would have to deal with because I don't warn them twice. So
I mean, it's a
Well, at what point does it become dangerous enough so that you write it up as,
can you smell it, Justin?
no, I mean, you can kind of smell it a little bit.
Okay,
But no, it can become dangerous. I mean, it really depends on the environment. Like right now with the breeze that's here and all that, it's not really that dangerous of a thing. But like I said, it just depends. And, you know, companies don't always want to, you know, they look at it as a cost thing, I guess. They don't want to shut down their production to fix the damn pipe. It
JD,
ultimately falls on them though.
can I just show JD something?
Yeah,
That's where well, your diff is like that. Yeah, you split it open and then you jam something in there, in with the gears to stop it spreading the load. So you've actually jammed up the two cogs. Don't know if you can see them. Either side. See them, left and right? Yeah, so then they obviously spin off that one. So when you jam something in there, it stops it from doing the planetary, whichever side has got the weakest, it sends all the power to. It stops it doing that.
that's, in my mind, that doesn't make any sense at all, but if it works, it works.
Yeah, well, any car, once one wheel loses traction, it'll just spin that much easier, won't it? It goes to the easiest spinning wheel, but by jamming
By
that,
jamming that in there, you lock all the wheels.
yeah, you lock both wheels. But I'd imagine in your car, you've got a button, just a diff lock, which that's all that is. It's just a pin which will go in through the middle, which just locks both planetary gears.
Don't they make a non-slip unit?
Yeah,
You can- That you wouldn't have to do
Then it's the
this?
sizes and what you need and everything else. It's easier just to do it this way. I've done it for years this way.
You gotta get rid of that thing, and get some slot cars, man.
Yeah,
They're cheaper.
yeah, I bet they are. Especially the way JD. What's that? Instead of the left and right split and separate. Yes, JD.
I mean, are any of those hobbies really cheap though when you dive real deep into them like that? It's kind of professional with it.
What, sorry?
I said a lot of those hobbies, I said, I think any of them are that cheap once you start diving into them and getting professional with them.
Well, slot cars are definitely cheaper than RC cars, racing RC cars. And, and I, a lot of my people I talk to on my slot car chats and stuff, they all at one time or another were used to do RC stuff. Okay. And then it just got so
Just
expensive.
not too much.
Yeah, a good slot car, you're looking at, by the time you have to have a supply of parts and wheels and tires and things. So, you're looking at north of $100 for a really nice slot car. So, but that's a
Not
lot
too bad.
cheaper than an RC car. I mean,
So
RC car.
when you say slot car, that's a electric,
Yeah,
skate electric, isn't it, to us?
yeah, Scalextric, yes.
Yes.
Well, Scalextric invented slot cars, so that
Okay,
if you're in the UK or Ireland, slot car is Scalextric.
yeah.
Matter of fact, the UK is like for all types of slot racing it's huge. It's probably the most slot car clubs in the world are in the UK. So what do you think about that Wagenborg thing? You're gonna make sure you got a good drone. Of course, you don't have a night drone now, do you? Although I think we're gonna get lucky. I think it's gonna come through tomorrow morning is what I'm guessing. Some, between like 7 and noon tomorrow morning that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I don't have a night drone right now.
You got the
Yeah.
A2S.
I've got a new one coming, but it won't be here till Monday.
Yeah.
What have you bought?
What's that, Rob?
What have you bought?
I bought another Autel Nano Plus.
Yeah, but the problem is, Rob, is he's not into all the camera settings. So there,
Yeah, you're breaking up, Justin.
oh, I said that he's not into all those camera settings, so the Air 2 is a little bit more difficult at night and auto.
Ah,
He
Well,
was like Matt, and it would be fine, but
it's proven though that the Autel camera on the Nano gives you much better quality at nighttime, even if you're manipulating all your settings.
Oh, yeah.
oh
really?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but all the lights off the boat and everything else, it's you wouldn't know the difference.
I don't know. I can tell you that his night shots are.
Yeah, no, what I meant was if he adjusted the f-stops and bits and pieces, the exposures.
Oh, yeah, I got
But
you.
here's the problem you have, Rob, is that it's changing all the time. So in other words, like the bright lights from by where the bridge is
Yeah,
versus the dark out in the lake versus
Yep.
the dark down the river.
I don't know, whatever you've been doing on your night shots is excellent, Paul. So has that been the Nano pretty much?
Yep, the Nano Plus.
Because there's some of his night shots of the ships going through Port Huron are just outstanding.
see DJI though, you got to be a little bit more with the camera settings.
Have you guys ever seen the one he did with the ship in the fog?
Oh yeah,
I
Couple
would've thought
weeks
so.
That's my favorite one. It's really quite cool, Quite brave too, I guess, so.
CJD is locked now. I grab one side and grab the other. It doesn't spin. It's locked.
Rob, make sure you talk slow for JD. He gets confused.
Yeah. From a backwards part of the US, isn't he?
Here you go, Rob. Here you go, Rob. Here's one of my slot cars right here.
Wow, it's nice.
132nd. And it's a Slot.it brand. And it's got 3D printed wheels on from my design 3D printed wheels. And it's got a hot rod motor in it and a bunch of other stuff. But
Because I know they can go into the thousands and thousands and thousands, can they?
yeah, this tonight is our first slot car night of the slot car season, I call it, okay?
Yeah.
Kind of a winter hobby for us. We have we do it from about mid-November till we're starting a little later this year, but mid-November to about the 1st of March or so, middle of March, Then we forget about it during the summer and then come back to it and rediscover it all.
In the summer, then?
Excuse me?
How come you don't in the summer?
It's too much other stuff in the summer. It's kind of an indoor thing and really, to tell you the honest God truth, it's mainly because I just over the years I've gotten in the habit of it's sort of like I always equate it to a bowling league. I don't know if you guys do bowling over there, or maybe a dart league, would make,
Yeah,
okay, you know, where
season
it's,
then.
yeah, the season, you know, and here in the States, at least in the colder climates or the winter climates, bowling starts in like end of September and it goes till, so that's how I equate this.
Yeah.
And it's just, we've always done it that way and it works. It's kind of cool because I shut down the slot track, you know, mid-March or so, and then, you know, I have outside things to do and everything. But then when it gets to be late fall, I get to rediscover the hobby all over again, you know, and,
Well, you totally
Well, you
leave
don't
it
get
alone.
burnt
You
out on
in, you
I'm sorry,
totally leave it alone in the off season, do you?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said you totally leave it alone in the
Well,
off season.
Since I've retired, okay, and I gave up working about a year and a half ago. Since then, I actually have been doing a little bit of 3D design, 3D printing design. I don't 3D print, but I have a lot of friends and people I know that have printers. So I do the CAD work for it, okay? And
Oh, cool.
in particular, Slockhart wheels, okay? I've been experimenting a lot and doing that. And you know, and if I'm gonna do any mods to the track, you know, I mean, the track, my track is total track length 250 feet, so it's pretty big, okay?
Wow.
And it's plastics, you know, type track, it's Carrera track, and you know, I usually go a couple of years before I want to change something on it. So usually this year I made a change that took me about a week to do. So I don't totally
Nice.
abandon it, but you know, it's the actual, you know, and
Yeah.
really it's just me and another guy that do it. Okay. And we do it on Thursday nights, every Thursday night. We're
So
old
do you race for
friends.
money in competitions?
You know what? I haven't done that in years, okay, but it's not any, you know, it's enough just to have the track and like I do, I have when my grandkids come over, I'll open up the track and
Yeah, I expect some people they'll get, you know, really technical, like, you know, tire choices and this and that and
oh yeah, I do stay in touch with that stuff. I mean, I have motors and, you know, we change motors and gearing and the car
different
tuning
tracks
and
and
all
this
that
and
kind
that.
of, yeah, and you know, I got a big giant power supply and it's not a toy, you know what I mean, thing. So it's more of a hobby thing. So for me anyway. And I did it when I was a kid and then you know, I left and came back to the hobby over the years and then about 20 years ago, I started back into it again and I was kind of stuck with it. So
Yeah, I got a drag car and JD has just bought one.
okay.
But I've been saying to him like my quarter of a mile in 110 scale, I can get you know 132 foot in 2.6 seconds has been my fastest time.
Wow.
But I've been watching people online when I first got it, and the stuff and the amount of money they spend on their cars is they're paying like 150 quid
Yeah.
for a set of tires,
Mhm.
which will only last like one race.
Yeah, there's this thing about slot cars. There's a lot of different levels of the hobby. Okay.
Oh,
And at the high end level, okay, where people go and have it's called wing cars where they have Lexan bodies and you know
yeah,
they're doing 125 foot
yeah.
laps in a second and a half. And you can't really see the cars and the motors themselves are $500. Okay. I'm talking about a motor that's this big, Rob, a little dinky motor, and it only lasts one race. Okay, and you got to rebuild it. So
Yeah,
it's
it takes all the fun out of it, I think.
and so that's the crazy end of the hobby. and all the way down to the low, the smaller cars are, so you can do it a bunch of different ways. Okay, it's much like
Yeah.
RC cars. Same thing with RC cars. Some people do them on dirt, some people do them on
Because
street tracks, and
I was watching somebody where they said, right, you buy the car, and then basically the only thing you keep is the chassis. You know,
Yeah.
he spent triple what he paid for the car. You
yes.
know, on this and that, and I'd be like, oh.
And then you got and I bet right across from where you're sitting, you got a big bin with all kinds of parts and stuff in it too, right? So,
But they were getting down to the quarter mile. I got it in 2.6 seconds. They were getting it in like 1.5 seconds.
yeah. And
Yeah,
spending a lot of money to do it. Right?
Oh yeah, just. So me and JD are going to try and go head to head.
Oh, okay.
Only a bit of fun.
Well, I got to convert him to slot cars too. He doesn't, he's got a girlfriend now, so he's going to have to save more money,
That's his new hobby.
Yeah. I used to race 20 years ago, maybe, or 25 years ago. A bunch of guys I worked with, we all went out to a local hobby shop and we bought Traxxas Rustlers. Okay,
Yeah.
remember those? Okay. And we set them all up for street racing. Okay. And we used to street race them at lunchtime out in our parking lot. Okay. And that was kind of fun because each one of us would, it was a boatload of engineer guys that would take their cars home and, find ways to cheat and stuff and to do things. And
That was all I said to JD. The car's got to stay stock. The only thing we can do is, change the batteries.
yeah. I used to do, I had a kind of a battery. I had them skunked with batteries because I used to buy those batteries, Rob, and I don't even know what kind of batteries they use in them now, but they were the ones, I forget the name of them, but they were the ones that had the hump on them. Remember
Nickel
those?
metal hydrates.
Yeah, they were, they had like four batteries in a rubber pack. And then there was a fifth battery that was on a hump. Okay. And I used to, I rigged up my battery charger so I could and I had a thing with a temperature checker on the battery.
Yeah.
Charger. So I watched the battery temperature and I went way, and I had like I forget what the rating was, but I had a range where, before I melted the battery, I would shut it off, but I had better battery life than everybody because of the way I was doing it, I'd drain them down to nothing and then I would charge them with this, and way beyond what you were supposed to do, you know what I mean? But I did it in a way where at least I was watching the heat of it, It was kind of dangerous and crazy, but it was fun.
You've got some good batteries nowadays, mind.
Oh yeah, I imagine. Yeah, much better than they were back in those days. So, although I was at a local hobby store, and we don't have many hobby stores now. When I was, even 20 years ago, there was more hobby stores around. Now I got two that are within 20 miles, and that's it. But I was in one not long ago, and I was surprised to see how many Traxxas parts they had on
Traxxas is a big
on
name.
on the wall, and the bags and stuff. They had a whole wall full of Traxxas.
Yeah.
Wow, how about that?
And you can spend some money on them. You can
Yeah,
Traxxas and Armor.
drones.
JD's got a lot of, well, not a lot. I've got a few. 2, 3, 4. Something like that. Armors you have.
Did we lose Justin? I guess we did.
Yeah, it looks like.
Wow, looks like you had a twofer going there, Paul.
What's that?
I said, looks like you got a twofer behind you.
Yeah.
See that? Wow, I don't know, maybe you should get down there and, can you fly to, man, he's kind of close, isn't he? Behind?
Yeah, well, he's about half a mile.
Oh, okay, just the shot makes it look like it's closer,
Yeah, because they're zoomed in.
yeah. Have you ever flown a twofer, like flown down the side of one and went to the next one and then went around and came back? That'd be quite the trip, eh? You know? They'd have to be pretty close for you to do that, but. Or what would be cool, of course, they can't do it anymore, right? They can't do a double cross there in that area, right?
No, they only upbound in one
Yeah.
direction or downbound. They
Yeah.
can't pass.
Yeah. Cause that would be cool doing a double, flying a double going around, I mean, that includes out in the lake too, right? They can't do that until they get
Well,
up.
of the buoys up in the lake
Yeah.
is the one end, and the Black River is the other end.
Okay, so yeah, so that's where they gotta, they'd be out of range for you to be able to fly it unless you were out on the beach somewhere out there. Have you ever flown from the beach? Paul?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, is that, how far out are they when you're on the beach there on the park?
Oh, I've never flown out to a ship, but I've flown down the beach and back up the beach and.
Okay. Cause they're a little bit away, by the time you get to that park, they're,
But they get out to buoys 1 and 2, they're about almost 2 miles out from the
wow, okay, yeah, so,
beach, and then it angles out further they go.
yeah, further they go, yeah. So if you're at the Coast Guard, if you're at the lighthouse, the Grash, or what are they, Fort Gratiot Lighthouse? They're even out farther there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because as you see when they go around, the shoreline goes like this, and you'll see the cameras will actually show the back of the boat, and it looks like it's going out here, and it is,
Yeah, exactly.
So like the boat's coming up like this, and then here's the shoreline, and they slowly go out past it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the same situation down where I go to the Pete, or not the Peach John, the Windmill Point Lighthouse down here.
Yeah.
Where the mouth of the river, Detroit River, okay, same exact thing you're describing. As soon as they get, not quite as much as you get out there in Huron, but as they go into the freighter channel, they're going towards the middle of the lake, and the American shoreline cuts away.
That's back, yeah.
And so, and that's one of the things that's kind of a bummer, because, there's down in the Grosse Point area, I could drive along the water, okay, but they're at least the closest before you get off of the area where you can actually see out through the water, the southern end of the Lakeshore Drive. They're at least a mile out at that point, and as you go farther north on towards my house, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and by the time they're out by like 8 Mile or middle of the lake, they're 2.5 miles out. So
There's David and Sparky.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
looks like Rob's making himself look intelligent there.
Well, he's working on his drift car.
yeah, he's fixing it up so he can sell it and buy slot cars instead, Scale Electric.
Yeah. Selling it to you, David.
Sign it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Ginger ninja.
That
Jesus.
that'd make a great ringtone for his cell phone, wouldn't it?
Oh God, yeah, it would, wouldn't it? And you know,
In Laura's voice going, Ginger Ninja.
I would use it as well. I would. If you do, and Laura, I promise I'll use it.
Yeah, make him a ringtone.
I think it's time for that sign again.
Right, how did you look at the flats?
We're going
You
to
good?
We're going to look at one in 50 minutes.
Ah,
Okay.
But it's literally you walk out the door, trip over, roll into the other door.
What, from your place?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
about a
that's
5-minute
good.
walk.
well, that's a lot easier for you to move stuff over there.
Yeah.
Push
Yeah.
it all over.
Yeah, we're going to nip down to Aldi and borrow a couple of shopping trolleys.
Yeah,
Shopping carts, they call my good friend.
Yeah, shopping carts, as you guys call them.
yeah.
David, nothing surprised me nowadays with you.
Might not even have to nip to Aldi because they're normally scattered around on the side of the pavements.
Rob can come, we can have a trailer put on the back of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear that?
No.
Laura said you can come and help. She'll just connect all the trolleys to the back of you.
Yeah, I'll tow them along.
Yeah, be like, look like a little train going down there.
I've actually got a little trolley which goes onto the back. I think over there you call them beach trolleys.
Get some of them ones with massive wheels on and just connect it to your back of your wheelchair so we can pull the sofa along the.
There you
And
go.
my one's got pretty big wheels on mine. It'll hold. I think it's about 500 pounds in weight. It'll hold.
Cool. Well, we'll stick the sofa on it, and then me and Laura will sit on it, carrying stuff.
You could wave to all the passengers.
Yeah, do the Queen wave.
Yeah.
You know what the best bit is? I want to look out the window and go, there goes David again. or what's David up to now?
Does this one seem? Because Laura said you're going to see two. One seems like it could suit you, and one not so much.
The one not so much. The estate agents are having problems getting into.
Ah, so the one today could be a good one.
Yeah. Only downside to the one that we're seeing today is it's not available
Oh,
until 2 weeks after our eviction date. But
You just stay over your eviction date 2 weeks and just say, there you go.
well, it will take the landlord 2 weeks to get it into court. So we'll be covered anyway.
Well,
Well-
what you do is you make an agreement with the landlord saying, listen, I've got this, move in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we'll
Or-
save you some money and hassle. Just don't go to court. We'll just leave.
Or do the ultimate git on him, hold out for the 2 weeks, don't tell him. So he starts the court work, puts all the money in. And because we've already moved by the time it's got into court, he has to pay the fees. You can't put them on us and leave him with a bill as a thank you for kicking us out. Shouldn't have kicked us out.
I do it the smoothest, easiest way possible.
To be honest,
Because
I've
at
seen
my age, David, the less hassles, the better.
he's been on landlord now for about 5.5 years. And the only time we've seen him was 2 Christmases in a row in the local pub. And we haven't seen him since.
Wow. Maybe
Everything-
he's not really still involved. It might be some family member running it.
It's him, but he's put it in his missus's name for tax purposes.
Or she put it in her name because he's not capable of doing anything anymore.
No, I think it's tax purposes.
How old would he be?
He's about your age.
Well, there you go. So I like I say, it's still a toss up as to the reasoning. Because I know I'm getting to the point where I can't remember shit half the time, and it's like.
Oh, he remembers everything.
Lynn has to remind me of stuff, and
Yeah, he remembers everything.
see, my mother
Just
had Alzheimer's dementia at the end, and I'm afraid Because that is somewhat hereditary, that's where I'm headed.
Well, what you need to do while you remember now is write on a piece of paper, go live 7 p.m., go live whatever time in the morning, and put them in front of your computer.
You know what I did? You know what I did yesterday, David? Last night after I got done, Mia was fussing and she was back and forth and back and forth. I put her out, she came in, back and forth, and I went and looked at her pills. I hadn't fed her last night. She usually gets fed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and now it's 7:30 at night, and she hasn't had her pills yet either.
What are you doing?
And I never, ever did that before.
But everybody has that moment of, you know,
Hey, Bill.
What I have to do, my number one goal, David, is I have to remember in time to exit stage left before I get really bad in Alzheimer's.
what? There's no exit stage left.
Oh, yeah, there is.
No. You hang in.
There, have you had COVID?
No,
Okay. Because I was gonna say, if you had COVID, you know, it's very common that, you know, for 3 weeks or 4 weeks after, and even sometimes a couple of months afterwards, that you're foggy, you get fog brain a little bit, you know, so.
It's not
David,
just
here's my ticket to ride.
put your ticket to ride back in the box. You don't
But
need
it could be just old age, Paul, you know what I mean? You
Well,
just,
I know that's exactly what it is, and I'm not gonna be sick, because I live alone with Mia.
yeah.
I'll
Well, you
call
know-
somebody and say, come get Mia, and then I'll.
No, Paul, no. Do you want to know why? Because the only person that can make sure that Mia is well looked after and how you want her to be looked after is you.
Yeah, but once you're gone, you're gone.
No, but
Yeah, you have to make sure you give her to somebody that will take care of her and love her,
but how do you know that's going to happen?
because I do. I've got a couple of people all lined up. I'm ready to ride. Whenever.
Anyway,
I-
this
Hey, Paul,
this-
I'm guessing just from your activity with the drones that you got a little bit of time left, you know. You can probably cool your jets for a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
for another 30 years.
I figure I may last till next spring.
But and the rest.
If I've lasted this long, Jesus Christ, you're going to last till you're 90.
Yeah. Put it this way, Paul. If you exit stage left, I'm going to come and find you and kill you again.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
We'll
deal.
be all waiting on stage right to push you back.
I can only sleep about an hour and a half at a time, then I wake up. And then I try and I go back to sleep again, and I wake up in another hour and a half. And it just
Well,
isn't.
No. Stop there, because that could be sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Because I have it, and I have that. I can be asleep for 10, 15, 20 minutes, an hour, and wake up suddenly.
Yeah, I have sleep apnea. I had the surgery done.
Doesn't matter if you've had the surgery done,
No, it doesn't matter.
It'll
That's
come
for
back.
sure.
but it's not a reason to exit stage left.
Well, what was that cartoon character that he always was? Exit stage left.
Snagglepuss.
Yeah, Snagglepuss. That's it. So I'm a wannabe Snagglepuss.
Well, but think of it this way. All them ships will miss you.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't. Life goes on after our time, you know?
If you don't take your drone out to them ships, right, you can imagine the panic that would go through the shipping community.
If anybody were to notice that my drone wasn't out there,
Give over.
they would just write it off as, oh, well. You know?
No, they wouldn't.
Yep.
But you're more likely, you know, you ain't going anywhere. You've got a lot of life in you yet, another at least 30 years, 40 years. And just so you know, just so you know, you can't go until I've gone because I'm ahead of you in the queue and I don't like queue skippers. So there you go.
Well, I call it cutting in line.
Well, we don't allow no butts, no cuts, no coconuts. It's not happening.
Well, I just want everybody to know I've had a great life. I've had a good run,
Afternoon, Eddie.
and it's the time's coming.
The time may be coming, but it's not here and it ain't anywhere near. Right? The only time your time is up is when your raffle ticket number is called. And unfortunately, none of us know the number.
JD,
All right, Sparky.
JD says, do we need to call the suicide hotline? No.
Yeah,
We'll put it this way. The suicide hotline is probably going to see this and she's going to be around there giving him a clip around the ear. Memory loss is the least of his problems because Lenny's going to have a word. Hey, Rob, have you heard that story about that guy that chased down the burglars?
no.
He chased them down, knocked them off the road, so they got caught. They got 200 hours community service and a
Yeah.
2-year suspended sentence. He got 12 years
Oh, God.
for dangerous driving. He's got out after 6 months on some technicality, but they've started a GoFundMe page to get him his money back that he had to pay.
Oh, hang on. It looks like our cat has been out killing again. Has she been out killing?
Meow.
Oh, no. She's a bloody mass murderer.
Well, she brought,
What does she?
What is it,
What
say?
does she kill?
Oh, the bird.
Birds?
Is it that? Yeah.
Hey, Paul, I'm showing this for JD. You know, he was saying that his dad had a slot car set.
Yeah.
This is a shot of my slot car room. This is what I'm suggesting he does. So I
Well,
hope.
JD says that unless they can learn to fly, he's not interested.
Well, I can make them fly. They can fly. They can fly right down here and hit that wall. They go a hell of a lot faster than RC cars, I'll tell you that. But anyways, I wanted to show that so that he.
Well, you can't put a rocket on it.
Well, he could, you know what I mean? He's a
is that
rocket
actually
man.
3 layers or
What?
2? Is it 3 layers or 2?
1,
Actually, it's 3.5 layers.
2,
Yeah.
3.
And
Awesome.
this is layer 1, okay? That's a separate layer. This is the 3rd layer, that's the 2nd layer. And then this is kind of a half layer. And then there's
You know what it needs?
what?
It needs a train track that just runs across and comes back
Yeah,
around.
yeah, that would probably be pretty cool too.
So when they're racing round, you know, the crossing just barriers come down, they have to stop.
Can you see that, Rob? This is what you got to get, one of these, okay?
Oh, they need a bigger bedroom.
Well, this doesn't have to be this long. You can make it smaller. That's a different one. There's
Rob.
the other side.
Oh,
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, Rob, could you imagine a UK house that could actually fit that in? Because I couldn't, apart from Buckingham Palace.
You could get one in the attic, couldn't you?
Oh, not in a new house, not in a new build, you couldn't.
Yeah, you could rent here.
They're getting smaller and smaller.
That's wicked, Alice Garth.
Yeah, JD says that's awesome, Garth.
Look at that, all them junctions.
Wow, I bet that's some money's worth.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay.
I bet when you
computer-
start off,
it's got,
national-
computer timing and everything. Here's the driver stations. Okay. So I mean, take a take a look at that bad boy. So you got controls and stuff, and there's no
When it
wires
starts
on the
up,
floor or
right.
anything.
You just know that the power grid has to turn on the auxiliary power. You know, like in National Lampoons.
Yeah, it's the power supply is 0 to 30 volts and it's 10 amps. So and these cars draw about, full speed, they probably draw 3 amps. So. But anyways, that's it. Oh, there's a close up of it, this here. This shows
Let's go.
that's my old HO track. But anyways, I wanted to show it to JD so I can influence him to get rid of all that junk he's got and get a real.
Get into a real hobby.
Yeah.
Bill says, I like the slot cars, but RC is in my blood.
Yeah, wait till you can't afford it anymore. Slot cars are like, you can do them your whole, well, I don't want to argue about RC cars are fun too.
Oh, yeah, everybody needs to enjoy whatever their hobby is.
Actually, you could probably do both, you know what I mean? So,
The only hobby I don't get, and this is a true thing over here, bus spotting. Not train spotting, bus spotting.
Bus spotting.
that sounds
went-
pretty cool. How do you do
I'll
that?
pass on that one.
Well, I went on to Glasgow once on the National Express, and there was a guy at the front of the bus with his mate, and every time they saw a bus, they were getting its registration number, and they were just reading off the details of everything that bus has been through. Oh, that bus had a puncture last week. This bus had, like, the hell are you doing? Get a life. I mean, at least the big and
It's an inexpensive hobby, at least, so. Some people bird watch, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, bird watch, you're watching the birds, you might get a glimpse of a different type of bird,
we got, I
instead
got,
of the great
I got a-
tit, the great tit,
I got a resident Cooper's hawk that likes to come and try to eat all the birds in my backyard. And rabbits and whatever else it can do.
I tried to get into model railways, but I just couldn't do it. I got
And
bored.
as far as the size of that goes, Rob, that I'm over the top with the size, but you can do it in any size, a lot of people have.
God, I used to have a figure of 8 one when I was a kid. I think
Yeah.
that's for that train.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when
And,
we were kids, we had the figure of 8 that used to take the Fat C batteries,
Yeah.
and my dad refused to buy us some more batteries because we kept burning them out. So my brother decided to cut the wire off the TV and connected it to the battery socket. Well, the bars went round all right. Hell, they went round. So they zoomed off into the corner and caught fire.
Wow, that's hilarious.
And probably trip to the emergency room, right? So
No, my brother used to get up to so much stuff, yet never ever got injured. It was like, how on earth?
well, for me, for the type of racing I do with the slot cars, the typical, I'd say most people that have a one in their house, they're probably from 50 feet to 75 feet is more like in this thing is over the tops, 250 feet. So
I've seen a guy that's got a train set that he runs through the walls, and he actually puts cups of teas and cakes on it and sends them round to his missus in the other room.
oh yeah, Hodges has got a lot of trains, HO trains.
Yeah.
He's got multi-level trains. I would have been, for me, I was,
Hey,
I was-
Nanya. Sorry.
who's that?
Sorry, I was just saying hi to Nanya.
Eddie.
Oh, hi. All right. Drift car.
Yeah, go on, Gav.
Right. I was just saying that when I was, you know, when I was born, when I was a kid, I just, you know, previous to me, getting involved in slot cars at, probably about 10 years old. Okay. Had I been born a little earlier, I would have been real heavy into trains because trains were huge back in those days. Trains still are big, okay? But once I got slot cars, I had trains too, and it's like, well,
Eddie says, "Oh,
trains don't go fast, okay? Slots
from
go like a bat out of hell, so
I'm talking.
it was all about the speed, so.
Because there's them other ones as well. They're not slot cars. They're like Hot Wheel cars, but they ride in like a plastic track.
Yeah, they're trapped in, aren't they?
Yeah, are they Hot Wheels cars?
Yeah. Pull back and goes.
No, these are just
They're electric, right?
no, just normal cars which just like run down a hill.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's Hot Wheels, I think.
No,
yeah,
Hot Wheels are normally you pull them back and you let them go around the track.
no, you don't. That's not Hot Wheels.
That's the Hot Wheels that my nephew has.
They do have like racing setups for Hot Wheels and
They
stuff.
come in a box of 10 cars.
I think these were just Hot Wheels. I seen it on
The plain, there is the plain old Hot Wheels that just has you start it up here and it just goes around and down and that's it.
yeah.
But there's also like what David's talking about. I've seen those too.
Yeah.
Pull it back.
I don't remember the
It-
pull
it-
back ones.
Yeah, you have to pull them back and you race your mate and you go,
It
"Ready?"
Yeah,
winds,
well, this-
it winds up a spring inside, and off they go.
Well, mine, I've got, they got power and there's a lot of, I got computer timing. There's a computer hooked up to it, so it has nanosecond timing and, it's quite.
That's crazy, isn't it?
No,
But
it's not
it's still a
crazy,
great-
it's cool, and like when my
Yeah.
when my granddaughters come over, I put their names on the timing, so it shows their name on the
Oh,
the timing chart and stuff, they get a huge charge out of it, and I turn the power way down so that they don't crash the cars.
so you can see the cars going round.
So, and they all get a huge charge out of it, so. And then the most fun for me is once I get them where they can actually drive the car around the track, then I get their parents. and sit
Those
there-
micro machines,
Yeah.
Rob,
Sorry?
aren't yours micro machines?
Well, the ones I was thinking of.
Yeah, they normally start at the top of the hill and you race them round.
Yeah, perhaps that's them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
I
advert,
see-
micro machines come in the collection of 5. Micro machines come in the
Well,
collection of
there's somebody on YouTube who races them. You never see him, but every week, he races one against the other and they come down the track and this and that, and he gets millions of views. You think, oh my God.
Yeah, but that's all the people gambling, isn't it? Laura,
I see the soccer games have started. Croatia and Belgium.
yeah, I'm not interested until England play again. And if you're Welsh, you're not interested till the next tournament.
Well, we lost, did we?
Yeah, when you say lost, yeah, we'll call it a loss. We kicked your ass.
Oh, okay.
3-0.
It'll be like that.
Rob, Laura said she'll be live at 8. Just so everybody knows, because Laura's going to keep saying it and keep going on in the background, she's live at 8 o'clock UK
8
time.
o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern in the US.
8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
No, 8 o'clock in the UK. 2 hours before Paul goes live. So I think that's
Okay, so that would be here 5 hours. It'd be
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
So is it 5 o'clock you go live, Paul? Your
Yeah.
time?
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
Usually.
Oh, Lego sets. Jesus.
Well, come on then.
Lego
Yeah,
used to be really
Show,
cheap.
hey, Rob, show us the body. We want to see the body.
Sorry?
Hold the body up. We want to see your body.
He wants to see you.
Not your body. He wants to see the car body.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Look at that bad boy.
Right,
Battery or petrol.
sorry, battery.
Yeah.
And where
Most
did that
petrol wants
go?
to do some distance.
I look at the color. You got the right color, Rob. Look at this color. Same thing, black and red, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's my favorite color, black and red.
No, I said get ready. I didn't say we're going.
Well, I'm ready.
Right, guys, we're going to go and view this property. So,
Right,
We'll
I'll
let
send you a Zoom link. Well, in a little while.
okay.
Good luck with your house hunting, David.
if you got any of that, Rob, it was a while ago.
Yeah,
Send him a Zoom link in a little while, I said.
So what time you gotta go to your house hunt?
Now we've
Okay.
got to be there in 20 minutes, but
We've got to find it.
Gaff, I put headlights in it as well, I did.
Yeah,
Oh, make the ginger stand out a bit more.
I don't know if you can
Hey,
see
look at
them.
that.
he's got the
headlights
lights,
and
the
the
tail
light, yeah.
lights. Oh, wow.
What body is it, Rob?
I
Is it
don't quite know.
before I
Some
go,
of them, Skyline, I
Rob,
think.
before
Oh,
I go-
Skyline. Oh, okay. Yeah, those are popular, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's a real cool Skyline slot.
Go ahead, David. What,
right, before I go, Rob, can you actually put clear windows in that?
You wanted to.
No, not that one, but you can
that's a
buy
shame.
them with that.
you can buy them, okay.
You can buy
Yeah,
them
but-
with a clear
But
body.
why
yeah.
would you want to do that? Well, you could put a,
Because I can know how to make a model of Rob. And you could sit Rob inside the car. So it looks like Rob's moving around.
yeah, but I thought we agreed that everybody's gonna go with Scale Electric, forget them RC.
You can do it in the scale electric car.
Scale
Nice.
Electric can have windows. Look at this guy. This is not Scale Electric, but it'll run on a Scale Electric track. It's got windows in it.
I reckon if you could take all the mechanism out of one of them cars, you could actually make a scale electric Welsh Rob going in his wheelchair going around. Meow. Right, catch you
Okay,
later, guys.
everybody, I think I'm gonna call it. Rob's gotta go and I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
You know why I'm getting tired? You know why I'm getting, Rob, you know what I'm getting tired? Dallas is coming back here in about an hour. Oh.
We'll see you guys.
Alright.
Take care,
See you
everybody.
all later.
Okay, Rob, thanks for coming in.
Bye.
David, hopefully you're gonna get your dream home. And everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again later. Yep.
See you, Bill. See you.